Welcome to the ancient art of shadow puppetry, where raw nature transforms into breathing stories. Our journey begins at a quiet stream, where a fresh cowhide is submerged and retrieved, packed carefully into a woven bamboo basket. The heavy, wet hide is carried across the water. Back home, the artisan prepares to soften it, using natural limestone rocks. Clear water is poured over the chalky white stones, slowly breaking them down. He stirs the mixture with a thick wooden pole until it becomes a smooth, milky paste. This rich lime paste is slathered generously across the furry side of the hide. Using a specialized scraper, he firmly pushes away the hair, revealing the bare skin beneath. Buckets of fresh water wash away the remaining paste and loose hairs. The clean hide is draped over a sturdy wooden log, dripping wet and completely smooth. Flipping it over, a curved razor-sharp blade meticulously shaves off the leftover fat and tissue. Once cleaned, he punches small, precise holes along the outer edges of the skin. Thick, durable hemp ropes are threaded through these freshly punched holes. The hide is then carried to a tall wooden frame outdoors, ready to be stretched tightly. He skillfully weaves the rope around the wooden beams, pulling the edges taut. Every knot is tied with deliberate strength, ensuring the canvas is completely flat and secure. Splashes of water give the stretched hide one final rinse. As evening falls, the dripping canvas is left alone to face the gentle breeze and changing skies. Half a month passes. The sun has baked the skin into a translucent golden sheet. With a sharp knife, he cuts the bindings, finally freeing the cured leather. Laid flat on a wooden table, the stiff, uneven edges with the rope holes are sliced away. The blade glides smoothly, leaving behind a perfectly usable, pristine surface. But it needs to be smoother. He uses bundles of dried horsetail grass, naturally abrasive, rubbing them vigorously back and forth across the leather to polish it flawlessly. Blowing away the fine dust, the hide is now incredibly thin and translucent. It's time for the soul of the puppet to emerge, starting with a simple pencil. On a piece of white paper, delicate lines begin to form a face. With steady hands, he sketches the expressive eyes, arched brows, and fierce features of a warrior. The design expands to include a majestic horse, adorned with ornate armor and saddles. Every pencil stroke is a blueprint for the shadow that will soon dance. He refines the tiny decorative motifs on the warrior's headpiece. The shading brings depth to the flowing beard, capturing the essence of a classic theatrical character. Under the fading evening light, he reviews the completed masterpiece. Then, the paper sketch is placed directly over the translucent leather, ready for the next crucial step. Using a sharp iron awl, he traces over the pencil lines, pressing firmly. The metal tip leaves deep, permanent grooves in the leather, transferring the design perfectly. With the paper removed, a large, heavy pair of scissors shears right through the tough hide, following the outer silhouette of the traced figures. He separates the arms, legs, and body into distinct pieces. Sitting by candlelight, he snips away the rough edges, refining the shape of each individual body part. Daylight returns. Placing a small, traced piece onto a wooden block, he takes a specialized carving knife to hollow out the intricate internal patterns of the design. The razor-sharp tip pierces the leather effortlessly. He cuts out tiny slivers, creating beautiful negative spaces that will eventually let the bright stage light shine through. It requires immense focus and a steady hand. He pushes down to carve out complex sweeping curves on the character's ornate headdress, revealing a delicate lace-like structure. He carefully pops out the carved sections. Holding the finished head up to the warm glow of a lantern, he inspects the crisp, clean lines of his handiwork. Moving to another piece, a curved gouge blade is used to stamp out repeating petal shapes. Each press is deliberate, creating a rhythmic pattern across the surface. The fine pointed knife returns to carve out elegant, swirling motifs. He works patiently, guiding the blade along the indented marks to create stunning visual textures. A pile of meticulously carved body parts begins to grow. He continues working deep into the night, a lone craftsman illuminated by a single, flickering light source. The moon drifts behind the clouds, making way for a brilliant red sunrise over the mountains. A new day brings fresh energy to the silent, dedicated workshop. With the morning light pouring in, he tackles the most delicate textures. The tip of the blade painstakingly carves out microscopic, overlapping scales on the warrior's armor. For perfect circular cutouts, he uses a tiny hollow punch tool. A quick twist and press remove perfect little dots, adding a final layer of breathtaking detail. With a rhythmic twist and press, the circular tool removes tiny leather dots, adding a final layer of breathtaking texture to the majestic horse's body. Now, the monochrome canvas is ready for life. A palette of vibrant, natural dyes sits waiting in small porcelain bowls. He dips a fine brush into a brilliant red. The liquid color soaks beautifully into the translucent hide. He carefully paints around the delicate cutouts, bringing a bright, blooming flower motif out of the pale leather. Switching to a larger brush, he gathers a deep, emerald green dye. This rich shade is applied over the warrior's protective armor, staining the intricate scales. A golden yellow brings warmth to the palette. He patiently layers red, yellow, and green across the disjointed limbs of the horse, creating a vibrant mosaic. After painting the dark boots and subtle accents, he lifts the brightly colored torso to the sunlight. The painted leather glows like stained glass against the window pane. A few final, delicate touches of color complete the intricate saddle. Every single piece is a miniature, radiant work of art, waiting to be brought together. He prepares a warm stone platform, draping it with a clean white cloth. The freshly painted, disconnected puppet pieces are carefully laid out across this soft surface. Arranged neatly side by side, the leather components are covered with another layer of fabric. A thick wooden board is placed gently over them to keep everything flat. A heavy stone millstone anchors the stack. Below the platform, a wood fire gently burns. This slow heat bakes the leather, locking the vibrant colors deep within. Once the heat treatment is done, the heavy stone is lifted. Peeling back the cloth reveals pieces that are perfectly flat, their colors now crystal clear and permanently set. To protect the artwork, a thick golden tung oil is applied. He brushes the smooth oil generously over the warrior's painted face, giving it a beautiful, lasting shine. Held up to the light, the oiled face is astonishingly vivid. After oiling the remaining sections, he hangs the damp pieces outside on a simple rope with wooden pegs. The colorful fragments sway gently in the breeze. Here, shaded from the harsh, direct sun, they will cure slowly for 7 days until the oil is fully absorbed. Clouds drift lazily overhead as a resting dog watches the yard. A week later, the artisan returns to the line to gather the fully dried, hardened leather pieces. Back at his workbench, the real magic of assembly begins. He overlaps 2 painted segments and uses a sharp needle to pierce a clean hole straight through them. A strong black thread is looped through the puncture. He ties a precise, secure knot, creating a handmade hinge that allows the leather limbs to swing freely. The fierce head is finally joined to the armored torso. Carefully, he sews the horse's segmented neck together, ensuring the animal will move with fluid grace. With a quick snip of the scissors, the excess string is cleared away. He then prepares 3 slender bamboo rods, the essential tools that will breathe life into the puppet. The threads attached to the bamboo rods are tied to key joints on the puppet, like the hands and collar, establishing the invisible connection between master and character. The fully assembled warrior sits proudly atop his colorful steed. Holding the wooden rods, the artisan gives the puppet a test run, marveling at the smooth articulation. There is just one final detail: the weapon. He sews a large, sweeping blade to the warrior's hand, leaving the knots slightly loose to maintain perfect flexibility. He pulls the last knot tight and tests the swinging arm. The movement is flawless, ready to deliver dramatic, sweeping strikes behind the illuminated screen. To ensure these delicate hinges survive countless performances, he dabs a thick, traditional glue over the knots. This seals the threads, locking them permanently in place. Outside, he rehearses the warrior's movements in the fading light. Then, behind a bright white screen,